Knowledge is great, but to be wise with the knowledge is greater. And you become wise by listening to the wisdom, by becoming quiet enough to hear it. Become quiet enough to hear God's will and move in alignment to that. Let your body respond rather than your mind react. When you learn how to dissolve your ego, you will see that there is nothing left to protect. Ask yourself, what can you hear right now? What can you hear? You can't hear the past nor hear the future. All you can hear is now. Be here now. Surrender into the way of things, not in the way of things. Are you a master of your mind or a victim? The mind is a servant. How do your thoughts serve you? To live in authentic truth, one must know how to be present. Therefore, he is not influenced by the past and is not anxious about the future. With the mind at ease and peace and present, can he truly witness life as an observer? The greatest lessons I've learned in adulthood are humility and surrender, to be humble and to realize that everything is grace. Learn to live intelligently, intuitively, and with intent. When you truly understand the depths of surrender and humility, come to peace with yourself and have control over your mind, true freedom awaits. And with that freedom comes unmistakable bliss and joy. Pleasures and desires are an external short-term fix. Joy is a way of life. Joy obliterates pleasures and desires. A joyful state of mind is free of pleasures, desires, and material things. Joy is boundless. Truth doesn't need proof. Those who are not aware of the influence are most influenced. Those who are not aware of the manipulation are the most manipulated. Those who do not learn honor will not recognize the dishonor. Remain in honor to your conscience. Give up your resistance to the idea of surrender. The moment you stop trying to control everything will be the moment you stop losing control. We invest more time in things we don't need than investing in things we need to know. There's a root cause and choice behind everything. A free mind is multidimensional. Manipulation feeds off uneducated minds. Suffering is all forms of attachment. Heaven is only truly revealed to someone once they've truly found that within oneself. Show up for yourself. The sun has seen your consciousness in many forms of many lives. The person is only ever on top of the hill for as long as you're looking up at him. You cannot expect honor if you don't wear it yourself. Remember, people only ever have power if you hand it over. When you realize how much time you waste, you'll then realize how much time you have. It's when you learn that there never actually is any destination that you really start to understand life. Remember moral conscious courage. Remain receptive to life. Self-righteousness, when up against conflict, is ignorant rather than reason. A judgmental mind serves nobody. Life is on the other side of ignorance. People literally self-sabotage themselves with their own melodrama, of which they create and then moan about it. Practice your awareness. Work on your awareness. Meditate on your awareness. A man sitting in absolute bliss with the world at his feet says to another man, "Isn't it funny how we go to work to buy things to distract us from this?" The less you try, the more you are. Our ability to heal each other is what makes us human. Skill over possession. You are the creation, and your eyes are the future. God makes himself present to those who want to listen. Meditate to medicate. Learn to be more responsive than reactive. Children can get upset and show empathy in times when they can feel your own ignorance toward your own compassion. Drop the ego. Drop the ignorance. Do not let society corrupt your narrative. When you're able to deconstruct yourself, you're then able to see what you are constructed of. Being in spite is how you become your own worst enemy. Do not become spiteful. Love yourself. Accountability and humility are the stepping stones to liberation. The three pillars of society's downfall are its ignorance, lack of accountability, and entitlement. When you remove the illusion of self, all that is left is to serve the greater cause. Convenience has led to illusionary comfort. Don't add to the weight of the world, and you don't want to be left behind. The trick is to die before your death, to confront yourself and learn your wrongs and correct them in this lifetime so you don't carry them on to the next. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is participation. In the stillness and the calmness, will you see the infinite in the finite? God works through all of us. All we have to do is listen. From experience, you gain knowledge, and from listening, you become wise. And with that wisdom, you learn how to use that knowledge gained from experience. A good measure of love is how much someone entertains your ideas. Imagine living without ever exploring how far you can go physically and mentally, without ever knowing your potential and what you are capable of. Always remember your true nature. Do not fall narrative and question everything. How you want your life to be narrated is how you narrate your life. Intelligence is free. It cannot be sold, but must be heard. Suffering is grace. For in the silence and the solitude will the kingdom of heaven reveal itself, where it has always been, right in front of you. If we didn't ignore our conscience, then ignorance wouldn't exist. You are never just in love. You share it. You cannot share something you do not already possess. Discipline is directly linked to success.